Hi, fifth graders. We are going to talk today about multiplying by a fraction. We're going to do a couple models and then we're going to just do some calculation problems. So we're going to start on page 30. So draw a number line model to represent each multiplication problem. Okay, so this says 2/3 times 1/2. So let's start here and mark this as 0. And then we're going to have this be 1. Okay. And so let's divide it into a half. So this is 1/2. And then, of course, 1, another way to write that is 2/2. Okay. So 2/2 is the same. Oops, that's a 2 as 1 whole. Okay, so now we've got 2/3. So what we have to do is, what we're doing is finding out what 2/3 on the way to 1/2 is. So this is going to be in thirds. 1, 2, and then 3. So 1, 2, 3/3. Okay, so we're going to find out what this number is right here. All right, so let's divide this into 6. So we will have, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 2/3 on the way to 1/2 is 2/6. It's right here. So 1/6, 2/6. So our answer is 2/6. So, excuse me, what we can do when we multiply fractions is very different than adding and subtracting fractions. So multiplying fractions, you just multiply across. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. All right, great. All right, so, all right, I want to go on to this next one, but I've got this purple marker here, so I'm going to have to erase that. So this will stay while I erase that, but you'll have to go back in the tape to see it if you need it. Okay? All right, hold on here. All right, now I can do this one. So on this one, 5, 6 times 3/4, again, we're going to start with 0, and then we're going to go here to 4/4, which is 1. 1, whoops, is the same as 4/4. Whoops, oh dear. Oh dear. 1 is the same as 4/4. That looks funny, doesn't it? Because of, I'm going to start that again because that looks like, all right, so this is 0. Well, okay, so this is 0. And this one here is 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole. Okay, all right, if we divide this into fourths, we're going to have 3 lines, which will make 4 pieces. So 1/4, 2/4, which is the same as 1/2, 3/4, and 4/4. All right. Now we have to find out what 5/6 of 3/4 is. So what we have to do, I'm going to change the color here so that we can see this better. All right, we are finding 5/6 on the way to 3/4. So we're going to stop here, whoops, at 3/4. Oh boy, that was not very neat, was it? And we're going to divide this into 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we want to find out what number 5/6 is going to be at. Okay, so we can divide this in halves just like we did. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the green is divided into smaller sections. Those are eighths. So this is 1/8. 1/4 is the same as 2/8. Whoopsie. This is 3/8. Okay, this would be 2/4 is the same as 4/8 and the same as 1/2. Those are all equivalent. This is 5/8. And this is 6/8. Same as 3/4, it can be reduced. And then this is 7/8. And then of course, if we have 8 as a denominator to show one whole, that's going to be 8/8. Anything over itself means 1. All right. So 5/6 on the way to 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/6 times 3/4. You're going to see that that is 5/8. Should have made that a different color, but okay, so this mark right here is 5/8. Okay, so that's how we model it. But now I'm going to show you how to do it just with numbers. So remember, when we add and subtract, we have to make the denominators the same. But when we multiply, all we have to do is multiply across. So you can use your multiplication sheet to help you. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 4 is 24. All right, so we will need to reduce those. Okay, so let's come over here. 15, I'm just putting it over here because there's no room here to do it. 15 24ths. Now, we have to find a number that'll go into both 15 and 24. All right, so look at your chart and see if you can see what number will go into both 15 and 24. I hope you found 3 will. So we're going to divide 15 24ths by 3/3. And when we do 15 divided by 5, we get, 15 divided by 3 is 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Oops, there we go, 8, 5/8. So you see, we got the same thing as what we modeled. All right? All right, great. All right, okay, let's take a look and model a couple more, and then I'll give you your assignment. All right, I have to take this off in order to move my paper up, and it'll take away the markings. So I hope you got all that down, and I'm going to have to take this off now, and I'll be right back. All right, on here we're going to make another area model, and you've done these in class with Mr. Miller and Miss Nash. So the first thing I did was draw this green box and divide it into thirds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3 thirds, okay? Now I took the blue marker and divided it this way into fifths. Now you know from math that these are all equal parts. My drawing isn't, showing it completely equal, but you need to imagine that they're equal. All right, so 4/5 of 2/3. So here is 2/3. I'm going to even change this another color. Let's do pink. All right, so 4/5, 1, 2, 3, 4 of 2/3. So you see, I'm shading that all in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, this is 2/3, and then we have to find 4/5 of it. 4/5 goes this way. So it's this shaded block right here that is 4/5 of 2/3. And so let's now count how many there are altogether. So we have to look at the total number now first. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 total pieces. And then we have to count the number of pieces that are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4/5 of 2/3 is 8/15. And if we come down here, that's our model, but if we come down here, and you can see that all we do is multiply across. 8/15 is your answer. Okay? Just like that. All right, and then one more we'll do, and let's go back to different color. And we are going to find out 3/4 times 1/6. So what we're going to do here, whoops, is draw a box. And I hope you're doing this with me, okay? All right, and then we're going to divide this into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right, so there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we have to find 3/4 of that. So let's change colors, and let's go with blue here. So now we're going to divide it this way into fourths. So, whoops, 1, 2, whoops. Oh, I am so sorry that this is so wacky. I'm trying to keep my hand steady. All right, now I know those don't look even, but you have to imagine that they're even, okay? So this is divided into 6, and we're talking about 1/6. So we're talking about 1/6 right here. So this part right here is 1/6. And then we have to find 3/4 of that. So we're going to shade in this 1/6, but only 1, 2, 3/4 of it. So this is what we're going to shade in right there. Okay? So now what we have to do is we have to count all of the squares though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Whoops, oh my goodness. 24. Okay, and then we have to count how many are shaded in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 3/24. And you can see over here, 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 6 is 24. So I just wanted to show you how that's modeled in a model. And then also, most of the rest of the time, you're just going to be doing the multiplication. All right, so down here in number 3, it says, what type of model do you like best? So we did a number line model, and then we did these area model boxes. So you decide which model you like best to use, and you write down a sentence or two there on which one and why you like it, okay? All right, because really you could take these and do the number line model with them, and you could take these and do the box model. So you can pick either one. So it's just giving you a choice, and you decide which choice you like better. All right, let me pause this for a minute. All right, we're going to move on to page 31. I think you're going to find the rest of this assignment, today's assignment, quite easy because you have your multiplication chart there, and all you're going to need to do is multiply. So it just says write the missing digit. So all we're going to do is multiply. 1 times 1 is, just a minute here, I got to get my marker. Okay. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, we're not drawing models or anything. We are just multiplying. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. That's all we're doing there. So I think that would be easy enough for you to do. The rest on your own. Use your multiplication chart to help you and just multiply across. We aren't reducing here or anything like that. We're just multiplying across. All right. Let's take a look at 32. Okay, again, they don't put the boxes there, but you're doing the exact same thing. So here, whoops, I keep forgetting to get my marker. So you're just multiplying across. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. So your answer there is 1/6. You could even just put it here. 2 times 1 is 2. We know that's the numerator. 3 times 2 is 6. And you don't even have to reduce this. This could be reduced to 1/3, but right now all we're doing is multiplying across. 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, easy peasy. All right, and that's what you do on that page. You can use your multiplication chart, and you should be able to whip through that pretty quickly. All right, let's move on. Well, that was page 32, so we're done. I thought we had one more sheet, but we don't. So good luck with that. I think you'll do just fine on it, and we will see you on Tuesday. So have a nice weekend, and stay safe.